Hello children, welcome back to another session of concept learning with Math Buddy. We're going to be looking at how numbers grow, and we're going to see how numbers grow all the way from ones, tens, hundreds and then into thousands. Okay, so we've seen in smaller grades that these are basically place value blocks, right? We have some units blocks here, each of these represent ones. Then we had these tens blocks, and then we had these hundreds blocks and so on, right? How did numbers grow? So when we started, we were counting. So basically we had just the ones place. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? The minute it became 10, what did we say? We can replace this by 1 tens block, right? Because when I placed 10 of these things in a row, it looked exactly like my rod, right? It looked exactly like this. So we said that the minute it grows to 10, we will replace it by 1 tens block. So if I write here units, this is tens, this is hundreds, right? So the minute I had this units reaching 10, I removed this and placed 1 tens. Then I started counting more, 11, 12, 13 and so on till I got another set of 10. Then what did I do? I exchanged that, and again I got 2 tens and 0 ones. Then I continued to count more, right? 22, 23, 24 and so on, right? So every time it reached 10, I kept on adding a 10 here, right? Now the tens kept growing like this. 5, 6, 7, 8, right? When I had 8 becomes 80, there is 90. Then I had from 90 I started counting 91, 92, then 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, and then when I got 10 of these things, what did I do? I exchanged it again for one more strip. Now I brought the strips together, right? Now what happened? I have 10 of these strips. So 10 of these strips means I can exchange this for one flat. This represented hundreds, right? And then what did I do? I started counting again, and then I went into 100, 101, 102 till I reached 200s. So I kept on growing my hundreds, right? 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and then after I got 900, I continued my counting, right? Until I got to a point where I had 990, and then this became, so here if I continued counting, I would have gone up to 999, right? So this is 999. Okay, so this was the end of 3-digit numbers. Then when I added one more to this, so this became 10. So what happened? I replaced this 10 with one more of my strip. Now I have 10 of these things. So what did I do? I again gave this away and exchanged it for one more flat, and I placed it here. Now how many flats do I have? I have got 10 of these, right? I had 9 before, I've added 1. I've got 10 of these flats, right? And now these 10 of these flats can be combined together, and now we have another place which is called thousands. Okay, so just like 10 of these tens could be combined into 100s, I can combine 10 of these hundreds into 1000. So if you think of a block of cards like this represents 1000. Okay, so I'm just going to place my 1000 here. I can continue to count 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005 and so on. It becomes 10, and again I replace it by 1 tens and so on. So the counting keeps growing. And the minute I get 999 again and I add 1, I get another 1000. So that becomes 2000. Then I get 3000, 4000, right? So this whole process becomes more and more cumbersome as we keep growing into larger numbers. So what we do is we use another instrument from here on, which is called abacus. Okay, so this abacus we use for representing numbers. Okay, so what the abacus that you have has got five columns, right? The first one, just ignore the leftmost one for now. The last column on the right will represent units. I'll just keep it like this. So this column represents units, this column represents tens, then this column represents hundreds, then I have thousands, and the last column for now just keep it empty. Okay, so if you want to represent any number, let's say I want to represent just 1000, right? All you do is just move one of these beads into the thousands column, right? So how do you write this thing? So you've got one bead in the thousands column 1. There is nothing here, that's 0. There is nothing here, there is 0, and there is 0. So this represents 1000. If you bring one more here, then what number does this represent? It represents 1 in the thousands column, then 1 in the hundreds column. What number is this? 1100. Right? So like this you can represent any number using abacus. Right? So let's try to represent some numbers. Suppose I want to represent the number 8259. How do we represent this number? Right? Just look at the digit. I'll put back everything. Right? Now there is nothing here in the abacus. So I need 9 in the units place. So bring 9 of these things from the units place. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I need 5 in the tens place. So just bring 5 now. Right? 5 in the tens place. Then I need 2 in the hundreds place. So just bring 2. That's 2 hundreds. Then I need 8 thousands. Right? So just bring 8 of these thousands. Do I have 8? Okay, I got 9. Okay, so now I got 8 beads in the thousands place, that's 8000. Then 2 beads in the hundreds place, then 5 beads in the tens place, and 9 beads in the units place. So this is how we represent the number 8259. So why don't you go ahead and try representing a lot more numbers like this. And if you have any questions, you can always get in touch with us at support@mathbuddyonline.com.